All right, and we have Robin Blum with her presentation of seniors adapting to vision loss.
All right, thank you, Mary, and thank you, Teresa, for being my co-hosts. My name is Robin, and I am very pleased to be bringing you this presentation, Adapting to Vision Loss. I am coming to you from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And in August 2014, while I was at work reading a document, a gray cloud started covering my eye, and it seemed I was suffering a silent stroke, which within a week irrevocably changed my optic nerves and damaged them. Optic nerves are the nerves that are bring the images from your brain to the eyes. And I was not sick, and then there was no indication that this was about to happen to me. I was basically just taken off guard and thrown out into this new dark environment. Now, I have spent the last 8 years of my life dealing with this challenge and adapting and overcoming the odds of disability. I was let go from my job to stumble around dealing with difficult paperwork and government SSDI legalities that even those who can see consider impossible. I'm happy to still have about 25% vision left where I can see shapes and shadows out of a blurry right eye and bright colors with lower peripheral vision out of my left. Very, very close up with magnifying glasses, I can read large print. I can't see myself in the mirror, but hey, that's not such a bad thing, right? As we age, so my fingertips, they are very sensitive. So I feel lots of wrinkles. I guess you can relate to that. but between my two eyes, unless I walk into a pole or knock down little children, I'm able to get around. I'd like to share with you stuff I've learned over the years, and I'm still learning today, so you, my friends, can learn with me. The whole goal is to gain back the independence we have lost. There's a huge emotional toll surrounding this disease. When you ask somebody, what is the worst body part you could lose? They all say, the eyes. I do have to say that it might be easier for those who slowly lose their eyesight because they have more time to figure it out and to figure out the future. I've also had 58 years of memory to recall faces, colors, and objects. I'm a single woman, and after I lost my vision, for months, people helped me do everything. When they're gone, back to their lives and their own diseases, and you're on your own, you have to figure it all out on your own and go on organically. Logistics of getting around are a nightmare. I know you know that. We will discuss options that won't literally drive us crazy. How can I get to my doctor's appointments if I can't read when and where I'm supposed to be? Not only do people with low vision have to maintain dignity and are expected to go on with their everyday lives, they have to expose themselves to a lot of pity. What I mean by that is I know that they are feeling pity towards me because only a while ago, I was one of them. And that's exactly how I perceived individuals with vision loss. The sidewalk parts like the Red Sea when you approach, white cane in hand, and people talk very loud in your space on your train platform. Oh, look, it's the yellow line, they say. I don't know whether I should tell him that I can see those strobing yellow lights to ease his guilt and discomfort. but I just figure it's a bit of kindness. Seeing folks don't know that there's low vision as well as blindness. I'm still too much in the infancy of my disease, so I'd like to give them the kindness benefit of the doubt. Don't expect them to understand what you're going through. They can't. Your family, your friends, your family and friends are terribly affected. My boyfriend of 2 years walked out on me saying, I don't need another job. Well, actually, he texted me that. Relationships may suffer because they can be resentful if one partner is doing all of the work. You're so scared, you won't even try to make coffee anymore. We just need time. I know it's a cliche, but through these emotional hardships, you can learn to be stronger. I found amazing technology and many hints and tips and ways to make life more comfortable and safe. I'd like to read the first paragraphs of my memoirs. The reality of my situation was really hitting me hard. After daylight, I stumble outside to my car. As I stroke the familiar fake leather steering wheel cover and feel the leather seat beneath me, I say, well, Betty, we've had some good times, didn't we? I say this gently to my car, trying not to imagine tomorrow when a stranger will hand me cash, my license plates, and then drive Betty away forever. I decide to leave the Go Nationals baseball team sticker on the car's bumper. It's 7 months into blindness, and I've come to the end of my independence, the finality of denial towards my vision loss. The impossibility of this reality comes crashing down. Even the toughest doctors say I'll never be fixed. I sit on my steps, wet from DC's late March dustings of snow, in front of the shadowy mass that was once, to my previous eyes, a little red car. It is the saddest evening of all my...
What?
It is... Put yourself on mute, please. It is the saddest evening of my 58 years of evenings, clutching the keys, weeping inconsolably. So as you can see from my writing, the lack of independence is a difficult hurdle to jump. I have gone through stages of grief, not unlike losing a loved one. Denial, this can't be happening to me. Bargaining, I'll be a better person. Anger, why me? What have I done to deserve this degree of misfortune? Depression, well, it's well deserved as long as you pull yourself out of it. And finally, acceptance. And this stage could take years to get to. I still get sad, which is okay. And I'm still always angry that this happened to me. I think many people can relate to that. Little things that you never paid attention to, like crossing the street or making omelets or buying the right ice cream at the store, or even knowing where a light switch is in your home that you've lived in for 30 years, become uncomfortable and difficult. Reading your mail, recognizing your friends becomes confusing. A million little things become huge. The challenges to overcome when you are low vision, you have to reach out for support because individually strong people become stronger and adapt. You will learn to recognize the voices of your friends and use tools to read your mail. Everything I've learned has led back to what I needed, my independence. This is a slide showing me in the doctor's offices. Two pictures, one at a eye machine and the other with two doctors looking at an x-ray. The cause of eye diseases can be passed down through generations. Diseases that are age-related, like macular degeneration, retinal pigmentosis, are eye diseases that can lead to blindness that we have no control over, but getting medical help, you can hold off the effects for many years. With proper medication, we can slow the progress of the symptoms. This is called preventative medicine. Please be proactive with your doctors. At least we can give ourselves more time with medication, with diet, and with therapy. If you have diabetes or glaucoma, I can't stress it enough. Low vision or blindness may be avoidable in many cases with proper advanced ophthalmological care. Resources are available whether you live rurally or in cities. It's just a matter of reaching out for help. This slide says there are dozens of helpful free apps for visually impaired individuals. If you have joined this unfortunately dubious organization that none of us would ever want to join, this is a miraculous time for technology and advances in providing useful tools to help maintain productive and comfortable life. Our cell phones, for instance, they are filled with apps to help take daily life and make it easier. There's an app called Be My Eyes. And there's an app called the Seeing Eye, in which you press one button and a volunteer answers the phone. They can be in New Jersey or California. The other day, I didn't know if a pair of pants was brown, black, or gray. So I turned a live picture onto these pants, and a nice lady from Florida told me which was which. I've used similar apps before when the letters on bottles were so light that even with my magnifying glasses, I didn't know which was the shampoo or which was the conditioner. Blind individuals Velcro tiny dots on their pants, 1 dot for black, 2 for brown, 3 for blue, etc. Several apps will actually read documents out loud. A lot of us don't have someone at home to answer these simple questions. This is a slide of me wearing mismatched sneakers. I know. Can you believe it? Yes, I actually went out like this. Raise your hands if you've done it. I know you have. I was actually on the metro, which in itself is a whole new challenge with limited vision. So I was on this metro and this little girl came up to me and said, "Hey lady, I like your fashion statement." She must have thought I was making a style statement. This has happened to me more than once. I realize I have 2 different dark colored boots on. My solution, I use metal clips for each pair. When I reach for them, I know exactly that the match is together, as you see in the picture there. Or I'll call one of the Seeing Eye volunteers on a camera app, like I mentioned before. I'll take a picture with my cell phone of the products I use in case someone has to go purchase them at the grocery store. And I have a friend who, in exchange for pizza, comes in at the beginning of every season to help me organize my clothes. As you can see, they're color-coded. Before I go out to dinner, I get on the restaurant's website and blow up the menu on my iPhone so I can see what is offered for dinner. The restaurants are too dark and the copy is too small on the menus. So I'm not being rude reading the menus on my iPhone when I'm in the restaurant. And I'm able to engage with my dinner mates, just like when I could see. I know what to order before I even arrive. These little helpful hints all lead to independence. I must admit, I read a lot. I read a lot of audiobooks. It seems to be my new habit and hobby. Since I've been retired, our library app is Libby. I think we've all learned how to get into Libby through Teresa, who's online here as a co-host, her patient teachings. But basically, all you need is a library card. I choose audiobooks as my option. With the same library card, you can also access the Martin Luther King Library Center for Accessibility. They offer live technology classes and will send free audiobook cassettes to readers to your home. Online, you order books in cassette form. You can even learn Braille at the Center for Accessibility, but I think that at this age, that might be a little too ambitious. I've learned my way around my kitchen and no longer burn my hands on the toaster oven or smack into the open refrigerator door. I feel comfortable looking now with dozens of solutions around safety and proper techniques. Columbia Lighthouse for the Blind was instrumental in reaching and teaching me the tricks to maneuver a kitchen without calling 911 for fire. I'm going to play this short video for you. Please enjoy.
Hello everyone, this is Robin, your legally blind blonde, coming to you from Washington, D.C. I hope all my visually impaired friends are doing well this evening. Since I lost most of my vision 5 years ago, I have been recreating and adapting to my life. And one of the things I find is important is to keep my daily routines and my rituals. And the most important one for me in the morning, so I can get up and go, is my coffee. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of how I make my coffee, mostly by feel. And if you could follow along, that'd be great. So basically I have my coffee maker here, and I always put a cloth underneath it to catch the inevitable coffee grinds and water that's gushing over the side. Okay? All right? I've already filled this up with water, the coffee pot, and I'm going to run and get the coffee. I have a very small kitchen, which is helpful for me. Everything is in its place, and I know where everything is. Okay? All right, get my coffee. And a filter. Maxwell House. Don't judge me. My dad drank it. Okay, inside the coffee, I have a 2-cup spoon, and I know exactly how many grinds to make 2 cups of coffee. I make sure the filter's in there nice and flush to the sides. Take my cup, fill it to the top, hold onto it tight, and put it directly in the center. I can feel this. It's all perfect. Okay, great. Top on and filters. Put it back so I know where it is tomorrow morning. Okay. Now what I have here is a water bottle, and I cut it off 3/4, and because I can see bright colors, I take day glow tape, put it around the whole top, and then I put it in the hole here. Basically, gently pour the water in. Okay. Shut it. I have just a few buttons. It's a very simple coffee maker. Very bottom one here is the on button. And the light goes on. So I can see that light very, very dimly, the little green light, so I know it's on. Okay, now I'm going to make my coffee. I think I will use my Star Trek coffee mug. It's very cool. The guys on the Enterprise beam up when you put hot liquids in it. Okay, so I pour my coffee, and today I'm going to use a little bit of cream and a little bit of flavoring. Just pop that in. Now with my liquid level detector, I know how far I'm going. Perfectly to the top. And that's how I make my coffee. So have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon.
Since then, I've gotten a Keurig. Just want to let you know that. Oh, all right. There's a picture on the screen now of a contrast cooking, white eggs on a red cutting board and white eggs in a black bowl. Okay. If you were still able to see contrasting colors, this is the way to go. In the kitchen, I use a white cutting board and cut red tomatoes on it. I make egg salad in a black bowl. Once at a restaurant, I asked the waiter to put my fettuccine Alfredo, which obviously is white, in a black bowl. In big black Sharpie pens, I've written on each spice. I write G for garlic, B for basil. We have many organizations in the DC metro area and in the country to reach out for assistance. Just speaking to others who are going through the same challenges can be helpful and therapeutic. Columbia Lighthouse for the Blind, which is all around the country, offers classes in white cane training and mobility. Even for us with low vision, a white cane can make the difference between getting run down by a scooter on the sidewalk or taking a tumble off the curb. To utilize the many worldwide CLB resources, you must be certified by your state as legally blind. YourEyes.org, which is the active site of the Prevention of Blindness Society, continually offers a wide range of lectures, interacting town halls, and events, medical and legal resources. They're headquartered in Baltimore, and their resource hotline number is 301-951-4444. And every month, as you can see on the slide, they send out a very informational, large print newsletter. The nonprofit recently offered a lecture on diabetes and blindness, and all of their lectures are taped and available online. They also offered a newsline. After you sign up and get an ID with the simple telephone call, you can listen to any newspaper or magazine around the world. You'll have to struggle through the annoying robotic voice, but it's the only way I can read the Washington Times, the Washington Post, and the New York Times. The newsline number locally is 202-448-3007. When I first lost my vision, I used an uncomfortable magnifying glass. Now I go to a neuro-ophthalmologist because my injury is neurologically based and not related to my actual eyes. My eyes look perfectly fine, and I'm told they are still green on the outside, but the nerves will be forever damaged unless they come up with some miracle cure. No prescriptions work for me. So I found pairs of 6.0 magnifying glasses, and I have dozens around the house. I have dozens because I step on them and I break them and I lose them. I think you know what I'm talking about. That's why I buy them inexpensively on Amazon. As you can see on the right of the screen, here's the site where I use the high magnifying glasses. There's also options for screen readers where you can put your mail right in and it'll read it to you. Very easy options. I highly recommend attending lectures on falling or listening to lectures about it and how to fall without being seriously hurt. Old age and bad eyes may just be a recipe for disaster unless you take precautions. Get rid of sharp furniture or use baby guards on the ankle coffee tables. Remember to close kitchen cabinets so you don't look like you lost a round with Muhammad Ali. And for goodness sake, don't let your mother change your furniture around. And those of you who know my mother know she would do that. All right, this slide shows a woman putting a handrail into my shower. After losing my footing in the shower, I realized safety changes had to be made. That was to prevent any possible injury. We all want to age in our home, at least that's my intention. To age confidently with all obstacles avoided, I contacted the District of Columbia's Department of Aging and Community Living Safe at Home program. It could be a lifesaver. The Safe at Home program improves physical safety for eligible lower income seniors and disabled adults who desire to age at home. For many seniors, navigating safely at home is a challenge. This program installs grip bars, railings, and even stair chair lifts. Department of Aging's special program takes the insecurity and the risks of falling out of the home. It will install bathroom handrails and other anti-fall safe building features. The goal is to give us the confidence to age comfortably and safely. This is a picture of an old taxi, a funky old taxi. Friends and family often aren't reliable transport. I have found you keep on asking them for favors, it overwhelms them. But once again, all you need is time to figure out better choices. Learn to utilize ulterior travel modes. Mobility through DC can be a blessing. DC Metro Access gives free Metro passes for the disabled. Metro Access taxis charge $7 to go anywhere in the district. Unfortunately, it has become expensive, but Uber and Lyft and other ride sharings can be invaluable for their speed and consistency. Lucky for me, I live in a small village in a big city, and I'm able to walk to grocery stores and restaurants. The logistics of living in the suburbs and rural areas can be much more challenging. When friends don't offer me rides, I don't have to deal with driving in the left lane, in the left passing lane, going on 55 miles an hour. I don't have to duck down in the passenger seat low when the driver behind us passes in the right lane, giving us the finger. But I sure miss being spontaneous and that driving independence. This slide says exercise and socialize to combat isolation. It's been especially difficult during the pandemic, but getting out and about is the only way to fight isolation. It's certainly comfortable to hang out and listen to CNN and order pizza, but we must push ourselves. Since 2014, I hadn't entertained. Recently, I invited neighbors over for a cocktail party. I've become a lot more introverted in the 8 years since I was diagnosed with non-ischemic optic neuropathy, with no hope of regaining my vision. And it was a good excuse to spruce up my house and remember how to be the extrovert that I am. DC is full of a variety of activities. As you see in these pictures, swimming is a wonderful release and perfect if you want to get back into shape. In these pictures, you'll see you can make your husband go bowling with you. Nobody cares if you wing a ball into the exit lane next to it. Adopt a pet from the shelter. If you are single, it's lovely to have a living creature at home, or a little dog who will make you more ambulatory and social as you walk in the park. Grab your strong son and rent a tandem bike for a gentle bike ride on the Anacostia Trail or in Rock Creek Park. I teach free chair yoga classes every Monday and Thursday on Zoom. We have a lot of fun, and you're always welcome to join us. Just sign up for my class or any other classes or lectures on the Capitol Hill Village website. You can find a lot of interesting weekly scheduled programs. Try to schedule dinner with your peeps. Go back to church. This is a slide of independence. Take charge of your independence. With this disability, we need to fight to find a role in society. We've lost something very valuable. We are all still who we are. Blindness should not define us. Take all the tips and tricks and hard knocks and move forward. Remember, it's okay to be sad, but take care that the depression doesn't take over. Seek therapy. Talk to friends. There will come a time when you wake up and go to sleep and not ever think about how many blades are on the ceiling fan above your bed. Above your bed. You won't think about your eyes. Enjoy the independence that you have earned and learned. Plato said, necessity is the mother of invention. Our senses, including memory, kick off and kick in. We can recognize that slouching friend, shadow, or that distinctive voice at dinner. You can ask the waiter to put your pasta into a bowl that's darker. You've applied day-glow tape to your steps. I used to love applying makeup and never thought I could again. After my eyeliner went cockeyed and everywhere on my face like a clown, I decided to get permanent eyeliner. And everyone says to me, Robin, we thought you were blind. How did you do such a great job putting on your eyeliner? Your needs will be met because you are the real creator. This is a difficult road, no doubt. Let loose into your life and let those in who will support you. There's so much more to see, and strive for independence. Thank you for listening, everybody. We're going to open it up for questions. And I think either Teresa or Mary will be here to help you, or this little dog. I think that's Bella. No, not Bella. Yeah, no, I think that's
No,
Bella.
different dog, not Bella.
There's a lot of white dogs.
Yep.
So
Robin, one thing that I was curious about, I really loved the cutting up a water bottle and then putting orange tape around the edge so that you could pour the coffee successfully into the coffee maker. Did you figure that out on your own, or did you learn that through occupational therapy?
I did that on my own.
Cool.
Yeah, you can put my face back on if you want.
Yep, you're here.
Oh, is that me?
Yep.
Yeah, I figured that out on my own. I was using tape in my backyard stairs so I didn't take a tumble. And I actually couldn't find my spatula, so I put red tape around it. And it's a lifesaver. I actually, for certain medications, I take red lipstick, put it on the white covers of the pills, so I knew what's the most important pills for me. Or I put a big letter on it, like I do with my spices, like for my drugs. But yeah, I figured that out myself. An easy way. I didn't have to buy a funnel. I didn't want to run around. I didn't want to go on Amazon. And so, yeah, I figured that out.
That's great.
Mhm.
Sean Curry asks, what is the next step on your vision journey? Advocacy, teaching others, something else?
It's a good question, Sean. I am a bit tired. This is a bit of a struggle, but I think I would like to be an advocate. I have been an advocate. I like to reach out to others more, span a little bit more through the country, be a little more concise with my tips and tricks and things like that. But I really just want to get on with my life and be happy and use that extroversion that I've gotten back to help others. As long as I'm on the path, I might as well keep on going. I can't be an artist anymore. So
Had a question?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, first of all, Robin, that is a wonderful presentation. Honest to God, you really did a spectacular job. You touched all these bases. And I have a friend who had essentially the same thing happen to them, which is the reason I'm here today. I wanted to find out what kind of tips you might give. And one of the things I was going to ask, is it intrusive, for example, for me to say to my friend, I just saw this wonderful presentation, and see if she would like to have it, so that she can, get the benefit of what you just told us. Is that an intrusive thing to do, or is she getting inundated with suggestions from friends, or is it a good idea?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, it's a super idea. It's a super idea. I mean, it's a very fine line to cross. Like, will they be embarrassed if I ask if they need help? Or will they be grateful? I think it's a matter of personality and acceptance of your state. But I am grateful when people reach out. Like the guys on the platform,
That's good to know. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I just want to say is that as an advocate, that video of you making coffee, it's so straightforward, it's so simple, it's so engaging, that if you just did that for the rest of your life, going around the kitchen, telling people what the tricks are that you've learned, it would just be so beneficial to people. I just think
thank you.
You're a natural. You really are. You're a natural. And I could say that because I come from that world of communication. So I could just, okay, now I'm going to shut up because I know that it's time. But
I have another video of me with my white cane going into an elevator. It's a very short one, a couple seconds. And it said, when you ring it, he said, make sure you touch the bottom of the floor of the elevator with your cane, because plummeting to your death sucks. And I love that one. People don't think about it. If there's nobody in the elevator, touch it, because we can't see the floor.
Right.
That's pretty logical for everybody, but especially us who can't see. Yeah, please tell your friend. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much for today. This is really
My pleasure. I'm sorry I stumbled a bit. I read a little slower now.
That's okay. You did excellent in that presentation, considering months ago, you hadn't even know how to create slides, how to put them together. The technology is even difficult for those with vision, even more so with yours being a degrees in
Thank you,
sight.
Teresa.
So you did remarkable. Well, I think you should continue this work. I think you can make a big difference in many lives. Just keep going. And Robin, you really did well.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
That's after a rest, right? After you get a little more rest, I guess.
Sometimes I'm raring to go, though. Sometimes I'm like, I want to advocate, I want to get in there, I want to help. And then I get tired. I'm like, this is so exhausting, this vision thing. Not being spontaneous, not being able to jump in my car and go places. You know, having to wait for people who don't come, wait for the scheduled train. It's like, it takes a lot out of you when you're disabled. And I'm sure a lot of you know that there are things we can't do. And what it is also acceptance. You have to take it easy and breathe. And that's why I like my yoga class. And anybody on here is welcome to come in. It's free. Capitol Hill Village, it's offered it through this website at Capitol Hill Village. I do that twice a week and it's very relaxing.
Is
And,
it virtual?
Is
it virtual?
it's on Zoom. Yeah.
I'll let the others be aware of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the village must be a tremendous asset for you. I'm with Glover Park Village here in Washington, and it's a marvelous organization.
Well, I started out as a volunteer when I could see when I moved here. And then I started needing their help the first couple of years. And now I'm back to doing volunteer work. Of course, if I need help, I'll ask and they'll jump to help me. But it's a good group of people. It's a great group of people, you know, always there for me.
Yeah.
And they have tons of lectures and events and get-togethers. You know, they're all my neighbors. You can't walk down the street in Capitol Hill without seeing somebody you know.
That's great. It really is. Villages all over DC, but Capitol is one of the best, no question.
Glover Park is great. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually quite lucky to be in the city. I think people in the suburbs or especially a lot of people are rural. How in the world I know Amazon, thank God for Amazon delivers, but just to get out and get your groceries and get your cat food or things like that, it's a trial, you know.
If there are any other questions, feel free to speak up. I can't see everyone, and I don't see any. Vicky Reed
I don't
says,
know
I
how
was
to
just diagnosed with AMD and I can't read and I don't know where to start. One place to get help.
Amazon glasses 6.0. Okay, low vision clinics. The Prevention of Blindness Society offers in DC free low vision clinics. There's one in Capitol Hill and there's one in Virginia. And I'll be happy to send you the information. Go to them and start the process. It's covered by insurance. And these are the glasses I buy from Amazon. Okay, I get really up close and I can read with them. So I don't have to have magnifying glass and stuff like that. And they're cheap. Like I said, I break them, I drop them, I run around like this. But the way to start is slowly. And I'm happy to give you any tips. Take my email, call me on the phone. I'm always a font of it. But I know that's a tough disease, a slow progress. And the doctors can keep it under control for as long as they can. But get these glasses, they're great, they're magnifiers. 6.0, very hard to find. 6 for $18 from Amazon.
That's nice. Pretty music.
Any other questions or comments? Ways that we can help?
I don't know if anybody can hear me.
We can.
Yes.
Okay. I think the woman who asked the previous question was my question. I was just diagnosed with macular degeneration, and I'll try not to cry. And I'd like to know first, stop. Kind of figure out. It's the reading, it's the biggest thing right now, and of course distance, but I tried something called, I don't know, SCRIPD on the web, and it didn't seem very helpful. I would need something somehow or other that could substitute for my reading, like if I'm looking for books to read, and I don't necessarily know what I want. I guess I would need a long list, not just necessarily the ones that they're offering. Would that be the library?
Libby, are you aware of the website for audiobooks? So you don't have to strain your eyes?
Specific one? I mean, that's what it's called, audiobooks?
Well, it's Libby. You just get a
Okay.
library card and you get the Libby app. I think I have it here.
Okay.
Uh,
Is it-
and all you do is put in audiobooks and that's what comes up. But here we go. That's the Libby app in the center.
okay.
The cranberry little app, and you put in audiobooks in there, and that's what comes up for reading. And like I said, that's my salvation every night. That's my salvation for reading.
Yeah, that's
with headphones.
so
But
what were you
let me
saying?
send you a pair of these glasses.
Yeah,
People-
we have
let me
her
send-
email address, so we can get in touch with her.
The other
And
woman
we're
before
happy
you
to send you
too.
these. Yeah.
The other woman before you too. Let me send you a pair of these glasses, and see if they work. Okay, I can leave them here as well. You can pick them up at the Capitol Hill Village. Try these. It's like a little known secret. I have to, when I watch TV, my TV is just as close, and I have to look really close. I keep it really close like that. And when I read, I have to get on top of it. And it's quite annoying, but at least I can read with these.
So the low vision clinic would be the best place to start.
I can give you the phone number. Yep, absolutely.
Great.
Now there's one right on Mass Avenue that I go to.
I'm in DC.
There's one in Virginia and on Mass Avenue. Now I also use on my phone also quite a bit low vision clinic. I talk into my phone all the time. It's a lifesaver. Right, the number is 301
Yeah.
222
3, 2.
222 222
Okay.
7382.
7382. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you see on my cell phone here, I have the font large.
Yes. Well, the other thing is I have a MacBook and I cannot see. Yeah, the top stuff I can't see. But if
And
you
you
had
blow it
low
up like that. You can blow it up with double clicking. You need to have somebody show you accessibility to
Right.
blow stuff up.
So where would I go for that? This low vision clinic?
Do you have a Mac? No. Do you have a Mac? Do you have an Apple?
Yes.
Apple Store will help you. You can just go and play with your settings and go into accessibility. Press Zoom. The first things first, press the Zoom button, settings, accessibility, Zoom, and put your Zoom on.
Excellent. She can also use the voiceover. That helps.
Perfect. Mhm.
What's the voiceover? How does that work?
It's like
Well,
your eyes. It actually tells you
Voiceover stuff.
what's
what?
going on your iPad. It tells you anything from battery life to what apps are open, where you place your finger on
Oh,
the
okay.
iPad. It will speak back to you and tell you exactly.
Oh,
Check
it'll
it
speak back to you. Okay. When you do voiceover?
Yes, go into settings and set if you can see to do so.
Yeah, I still can see. Yeah.
Okay, so go into settings and under accessibility, look for voiceover. It's remarkable what it
yes.
does for you.
Hey,
Okay.
Teresa, is there any way you can make voiceover slower?
Yes,
Because
you can. You can.
Oh, well,
You
that's
can
good to
adjust
know.
the rate of the voiceover. You can. Actually, there's a line like a bar going across, and you can adjust that bar once you're in there to say how slow or how fast you'd like the speech to be.
Now, if you're not aware, Teresa James, who's talking now, is the head of the Wild Tech Technology Training Group. And she taught me how to do all this stuff. And they have programs every single day for beginner computer skills, and later in the day with Alexander, who does more advanced skills.
But where is that?
DACA, Department of
DACA.
Aging.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. They have an iPad program where they will train you and on your iPads. And if you don't have an iPad, there's a possibility you can get a free one from Department of Aging through Teresa.
Thank you. This has been very helpful. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, so I'm going to say my goodbye now because I got to get ready now for our 12 o'clock lunch hour club. But I wanted to say I didn't meet the rest of you, but I'm very impressed with Robin and how much she's learned within a short span of time. And keep going, Robin, keep going. That's
Thank
what
you, Teresa.
I to all of you. Bye-bye.
Teresa.